Yeah. Yeah. I'm back in the suit, baby. Back in the blue sunglasses. I don't actually have the aviators that I used to have, but these are way cooler anyway. Ponky's updated, yo. I'm in the 21st century, doing something mean to you, doing something ever seen to you, yeah. Welcome to Ponkology 203. Like I said, we'll start with the Masked Ferrets questions. Have you found your time away from the fandom has changed your mind on it at all? Yeah. If I'm gonna be honest, yeah, it has. While I was in Italy, I was really excited to come back and be a brony. I still really love the show with all my heart. The show is amazing. Super fun, super uplifting. And the fandom's really cool, and I've met amazing people through this fandom. But I can already tell that I'm not going to give it as much time and attention as I did before the mission. Which is funny to say while I'm wearing a Wonderbolt hoodie. But yeah, that's a really good question. Yeah, it's changed my mind on it. I still like it. I'm still a big supporter of bronies in general, especially the artistic side of bronyism. And I'm always finding new songs and new art that's really cool. And who knows, maybe with Season 5, my energy will be kickstarted and I'll jump back up. But as far as my mind changed, it's just that my mind is not as 100% focused on bronyism as it used to be. But I think that's pretty common around the table. I think that a lot of people have experienced that. That, you know, when bronyism first comes into your life, it takes over. It's kind of like falling in love. All you can think about is this stuff, are the main six. And it just ignites your imagination and just kind of takes you over. With time, it just kind of becomes another part of you. But there are other things that are very important. And now that the mission is over, they're more important for me than they were before, so I have to just put my priorities in the right place. But bronyism makes me too happy for now to leave behind. I love it. I love this. I love the Wonderfolk, and so I'm gonna be sticking around for a while for sure. At least until the movie comes out, right? 2017. Is it possible to go do works like this more than once? If it is, will you do this again, or do you think once was enough for now? I already answered this question, I think, and one time was enough. I'm really glad that I did it. But it's extremely hard, extremely difficult and stressful, physically and emotionally and spiritually taxing. For now, yeah, one's enough. What do you think of Skirts and Company's work on TDD? That's the daughter do. What's it like seeing your ideas taken on by other authors? Well, I'm the one that instigated the daughter do, and so it's kind of still my work in a way. I came up with the outline a long time ago, and then solidified it while I was in Verona, and then mailed it to Skirts about a year ago, maybe a little more. So we won't say anything else about that. In your Ponky's Back video, you speak a lot about being there for us, about not wanting to be selfish and leave us behind. It sort of comes across as you not necessarily getting as much from it as you think you're giving. Is that the case? Wow, that was deep, Masked Ferret. That was real deep. Next questions are from Cypher. What did you like about your trip? What did you dislike? I really liked learning Italian. I really liked the food. I made a lot of friends, both Italian natives and also other missionaries from America and Australia and Canada, Albania. So I really liked how much it opened my mind, how much culture I got to see and experience. I can't imagine anything more amazing, actually, more eye-opening than a mission experience. It was phenomenal. How much I learned about how much. I really liked learning and growing and progress. I disliked, sometimes I disliked the, there were also a lot of things that I disliked. I'm not sure that I can go into detail on it, but just because it would be hard to explain and it wouldn't really help you understand it any better without having the experience for yourself. But I disliked sometimes the focus, what they wanted me to focus on. I didn't agree with sometimes. I didn't like how much pressure I put on myself and some of the consequences that led to. I had some weird breakdown moments that frightened me. So I didn't like that. How do you feel about ponies now that it's been 2 years? The ponies I still love. Oh my goodness, I love the ponies. I love my time that I had as 100% Ponky. When I became Ponky, that was one of the most exciting and wonderful times of my life. So I still love ponies so much, and I'm glad that I have stories online. Will you ever go back and finish Mantles? Yes, I will. That's actually a goal of mine in the community, is that I can't leave, I can't ever completely turn my back on bronyism, because it's just such a part of me, and I just love the concept of it so much. I love the community and the elements of harmony. Oh, they just shaped me, shaped who I am right now. But yes, I will, before I leave Fem Fiction, I'll say, which, I mean, I don't think that will be for a long time. I love it. So I'm not saying that I'm on the cusp of disappearing again, but it's a certain goal of mine, and something that I will do is finish Mantles. Other writing projects I have in the future, well, I guess this is as good a place to say it as any. I came up with an entire trilogy for The Sisters Do. There would be 6 stories in total, 3 of which are already written. The Sisters Do, Through the Looking Glass, and What Pinky Found There, and The Daughter Do, Honorary Cutie Mark Crusader. Then there would be The Sisters Do 2, The Sisters Do 3, and a story I call Saviors from the Rift. Now, it would take a lot of time and a lot of my own energy, and so as I've been talking to people about it and brainstorming, I already have the outlines completely done. But I just don't know if I'll do it, because I don't know what I'm doing it for. I just have this huge universe in my head, and I want to get it out, and I want people to read it. But that's the thing, I don't know if people will read it. You know, The Sisters Do is 2 years old. I don't know if a sequel would be well received. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna finish Mantles, and maybe I'll put up a couple of one-shots. And then, probably along the way, I'll just be scoping out how you guys feel and what the Wonderfolk want. Maybe we'll get to sequels to The Sisters Do, I'm not sure. C Squared asked questions. I missed you, C Squared. You're awesome. How much are you looking forward to catching up on seasons 2 of Pony, a couple spin-off movies, and a crap ton of comics? As a follow-up, has any of the above been spoiled for you? So again, nothing was spoiled. Plus, I don't really mind spoilers. I kind of like to inform myself on what I'm going to be seeing. Sometimes it's fun to go in blind, but spoilers don't really bother me most of the time. As far as the comics go, I'm not sure that I'll read them. Comics are fun, but I'm not huge into comics. I did buy one of the comics that was in Italian that I found in a bookstore over in Italy, in Verona, and I got all excited and bought it. That was fun. It gave me a lot of vocabulary too. I know now that lumache is snails. Yeah, I was really looking forward to catching up on the season and some that I missed, and it was so much fun to watch it. I watched a lot of them with props and skirts, and that was awesome. I actually really enjoyed the Equestria Girls movies. I didn't think that I would, but the spin-off movies were really fun, clever, really well made, especially the second one. What was your biggest takeaway from the mission? I talked about this a little bit before, I think. The biggest thing that I took away, maybe awareness wraps it all up. Being aware of myself and my emotions, what I am in control over, what I'm not. Being aware of others and what they might need, and then acting on that. Awareness has a lot to do with it, yeah. Zen stuff. I learned a lot about Zen, which is kind of funny. I went on a Christian Mormon mission and ended up learning a lot about Zen and loving it. Oh, I love Zen. How many times are you going to slip up and speak to us in Italian? Beh, non è che sbaglio e parlo in italiano ogni tanto. Le lingue sono molto divise nella mia mente. Non è probabile che sbaglio e che dico una parola in italiana mentre parlo in inglese. Non capita. Is pasta from Italy amazing? And how does it differ from pasta in the States? Yeah, it's super, super good. It's just a higher quality, I think, especially if you go to a pasticceria and buy something there. They always mix the sauce and the pasta together before they serve it. And sometimes I see in America that they don't do that. They'll give you the pasta and then they'll have the sauce on the side and you can add your own. That's bizarre. They always cook it al dente, and so it's a little bit hard. It's not hard, but it's just firm pasta, which I like a lot. I think that's super good. And then obviously the sauce is always just made of real fresh stuff. So it just tastes better and it tastes more real. And then the cheese is important and fantastic. Good question, C Squared, thank you. Duncan R has the next set of questions. If you could pick one of your own stories to recommend to new readers, which would it be? It just has to be something you feel is a good example of your overall writing style. Good question. I think that my best story by far is Through the Looking Glass and What Pinky Found There. That's just well written. Really fun. It's hard not to like. But the problem is it won't make a lot of sense without reading The Sisters Do, which I'm really proud of. I've read some reviews recently that were released while I was gone that people are really upset that The Sisters Do has that Deus Ex Machina factor at the end, and that Dinky just kind of pops up out of nowhere and saves the day. Spoiler alert, sorry. But I love it. I really liked that concept, and I like the idea that the story starts in one column, splits off into three, and you have to go and read each of the three stories, and then comes all back together. There's something really fun for me in that. And also, you can't do it in real books, you know? You can't do it in a real story. It's a purely fan-fictional exercise. It only works because you can click, you know, because you can link them all together. So I'm still really proud of that concept and that device, even though a lot of people were frustrated by it. I'm really proud of the Sisters Do. So yeah, just Sisters Do and The Looking Glass together would definitely be my advice for people wanting to know how Ponky writes. Next question, since a great deal of time has passed, do you feel that your writing style, ability, or preferences have changed since you first began? When sorting through your own earlier stories, do they still feel like you wrote them? Wow, that's a really cool question. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. I didn't really write for 2 years, so I just wrote in my journal. And so I think when I write now, it has kind of a journaling feel. But if I go back and read other things that I wrote, like The Sisters Do, or if I read through Mantles or Wrong Equestria stuff, it very much feels like my voice. And I can also pick it up really quick and start writing like that again. If anything, I just feel that I've become a better writer, and a better, well-rounded writer, is that how you say that? Because I've had more experiences that will contribute to my writing. I've heard more voices, I guess. Also, learning another language helps you a lot with your mother language and why you say what you say. And so I think that knowing Italian is going to help me a lot as I write in English. Alright, that's it. And until then, you know the drill. Arrivederci. Is pasta from Italy amazing? And does it... Is pasta from Italy amazing? They always mix the sauce. And they always mix the sauce and the pasta together before they serve it.